it's episode 140 and it's about time we unpack the big lads box. Bust out the sandbags for the tsunami of SmackDown that is Energon Tidal Wave. Now I first met Tidal Wave, as many of us did, through this game. I think I was 19 and I was in that awkward
everything that isn't exactly as I remember it is bollocks
phase, but it's hard to stay mad at a game when the level you're doing stands up and makes you fight it. So let's at long last find out what the plastic's about. Now this is Energon Tidal Wave, but not the one who was Mirage but wasn't Mirage. This is the one who's a sharp and sexy repaint of the original Armada guy, in his Player 2 Holy Materia costume, gleaming like a right alabaster bastard. And I hate to say it, but between his Jaeger-worthy humongitude in the game and 10 years of size height without seeing it firsthand, I always kind of believe that Tidal Wave was one of the epic Transformer giants of all time. And I mean, he is hella big, but he's not hella big. But it's not his fault that I was wrong. So check out this rakish roustabout. He certainly goes all the way up. He's an awesomely impressive Robotatron, sizzling with detail and monstrously brutalist. All blocks and straight edges and lengthy limbs. He almost looks a bit basic Bob.
Beep boop, crush the Hugh, man.
Torso's a big shiny badger badass, jazzed up with see-through Slimer shoulders and posable pecs, see-through Slimer shoulders and articulated areola, see-through Slimer shoulders and twitching tits. Arms are peculiarly angular, with a piddly pop-out pimple pistol, fumbly thumbs and surprise fingies with built-in blast plates. Legs are audaciously imbalanced with the armor-plated giganto shins and heavy humonga hooves against the weediest imaginable pencil thighs and Y-fronts. Check out that head, it's like a frowning ziggurat, with the non-more dour uber sulk and the square earmuffs. Squuffs? And who even needs eyes when you've got everything piping? Anyway, despite the sort of staticky and arthritic appearances, Tidy Temper here can in fact throw a shape or two. Ratchet solo. Sploosh. Not content with just being a boss robot, Little Miss Tidy also dabbles heavily in the realm of combination fun. So on top of the standard smattering of mini-con posts, he can also apparently combine with Armada Megatron, because who doesn't? But less expectedly, he can also give his arms to Cybertron Optimus. I mean, not that you'd want to, but you can. And that also means you can do the Leo Breaker arm thing, so if you want, your Tidal Wave can have a Lion Man on himself. It's pretty far out that he can combine with toys from 4 years in the then future, but like, I'm fine. And with that, Tidal Wave's robot mode more than qualifies as a towering column of robotainment. Now let's pull him to f***ing pieces. Yes, indeed. One cheeky full-body dismemberment later and you've got yourself a Dark Fleet. So, like, does this count as 3 modes? Or is it more like one mode that's 3 things? Frig if I know, but how many bots do you know who can turn into a whole self-contained sea squad? First off, you got this chubby little carrier who's probably the best vehicle mode I've ever seen. It's made out of just arms, with this wicked raised Decepticon badge, and this shiny toxic Minicon lift. Oh, by the way, this is Ramjet, this is the internet. Little Legend Man just to cram in a 3rd mode so we can snug down in there. You know, between his extremely airstrike patrol robot mode and the obvious flat topitude of this carrier, I'd say Babe Ramj probably qualifies as the most micromastery minicon I've ever seen. Moving on up the aqua train, we've got this freaky little lump of a destroyer, which is pretty badass with the grey bridge and the swivelly swivels. And it's got 2 bows? Is that like a catamaran? Is that how that works? But then it just stops, so like, where does the water go? I mean, how's that gonna... Oh, forget it. He's got 2 bows, so we can have 2 launchers, duh. Also, you can get the combiner clips out and, like, stick it on your finger like the world's shittest Wolverine. Bringing up the bum end, then, is this chubby double hovercraft. Chubblecraft? It's a kind of chubby-looking but generally convincing lander thingy with, like, feety ferry doors and wings for some reason. And dig this. Friggin' fold-out minicon seats. That's a pretty neat idea, right? But, like, how many minicons do you know who can actually sit down? Tidal Wave outdoes himself one more time. He can totally human centipede the Dark Fleet together into a single epic space boat by Neptune's beard. This is a big old busy looking rowboat just bristling with guns and detail like a boss level from a top-down shooter. Impressive as this is, it's pretty much exactly the sum of its parts. I get the impression it wouldn't stand much of a chance against the Omega battleship, but how can you not love it? So in closing then, Tidal Wave's a fantastic 3-pack of Armada fun chunk. He looks awesome, he's pleasantly big and solid, and he does loads of fun stuff. He's practically a playset. I mean, he manages to accommodate loads of cool but dumb gimmicks without sacrificing any modes. And need I remind you, he turns into a friggin' navy. Part triple changer, part combiner, all awesome. Awesome. Mucho maritime salutes to Mikey Dirgy Mikey Mike. In a bizzle, you pizzle.